It's 6:15 a.m. at a packed airport gate. You're standing in group 6, clutching your carry-on, hoping there's still overhead bin space left. Then the announcement hits. Limited bin space remaining. Some bags will be gate checked for a $100 fee. What if I told you there's a simple, free way to avoid this, without paying for priority boarding? This isn't a hack. It's a smart traveler's move that airlines hope you never learn. If this helps you fly smarter, hit like and subscribe, and let's break down what's really going on at the gate. Number 1, the $100 overhead bin trap. Picture this. You're boarding a full flight out of JFK. You've got a perfectly sized roller bag, carry-on approved, and you've chosen not to pay $29 for a seat upgrade. As you walk down the jet bridge, a gate agent flags you. Sorry, overhead space is full. We'll need to check your bag. That'll be a $100 handling fee. It feels unfair, and it is, but it's completely allowed. Here's what most travelers don't realize. Airlines deliberately oversell the illusion of limited overhead bin space to push you into buying early boarding or premium seats, but the space isn't always full. Often, it's a timing game. If you're in the later boarding groups, they assume there won't be room and charge you anyway. This $100 gate check fee is rarely advertised, and it's not the same as regular checked luggage. It's considered involuntary handling, and if you're not assertive, you'll pay without realizing there was another way. So what can you do? Show up early. Get to your gate before boarding begins and stand near the entrance without crowding it. If your airline has a branded credit card, check if it includes earlier boarding. You might already be eligible. And if they try to charge you, politely ask to board with your group and be firm that your bag meets their carry-on requirements. Gate agents often back down if they know you're aware of the policy. Number 2, the boarding lane loiter method. It's 5:50 p.m. at Denver International. A middle-aged couple stands quietly by the gate, not in line, just nearby. Their tickets say Group 6, but somehow, they board right after Group 3. No upgrade, no announcement. Just timing and body language. What just happened? Airlines board by group, but gate agents rely on speed and visual scanning to move things quickly. If you're already near the lane when they call the next group, it's common for agents to wave you through without double checking, especially when the area is crowded and you're not holding up the line. This tactic isn't about sneaking or breaking rules, it's about reading the room. Many travelers wait far from the gate, assuming their number will be strictly enforced. But here's the secret. When you position yourself strategically close, you increase your odds of being ushered in early, especially if groups are being combined or rushed. Why does this matter? Early boarding means first access to overhead bin space. And that means no gate check, no surprise fee, no anxiety over where your bag ends up. Want to try it? Listen for when they call Group 1. That's your cue to casually shift closer. Avoid standing in line too early. Just stay alert and visible. Don't push, but don't hang back either. Confidence and timing go a long way. It's not about cheating the system. It's about understanding how the system actually works and moving with it instead of against it. Number 3, credit card boarding loopholes. It's a business traveler at Chicago O'Hare. She's holding a branded airline credit card, the one that promises early boarding as a perk. She smiles, hands over her boarding pass, and the gate agent says, "You're Group 6. Wait, what? This happens more than you'd think. Many travelers assume that just having the airline's credit card automatically gives them priority boarding. But here's the fine print. That benefit often only applies if you book the ticket using that exact card, or if the card is properly linked to your frequent flyer account at the time of purchase. Worse, some travelers book through third-party sites, like Expedia or Google Flights, and the benefit never activates. The result? You paid an annual fee but missed the very perk you needed when it counted. So why does this matter? Early boarding is no longer just about comfort, it's a gatekeeper for overhead space and avoiding that dreaded gate check fee. When you lose that edge, you're back in the crush of Group 6, watching your $100 carry-on advantage disappear. Here's what to do before your next flight. Make sure your credit card is linked to your airline loyalty account. Always book through the airline's official site or double-check that your loyalty info carried over. Confirm boarding group details before you get to the airport. Many airlines show it in the app. You've already paid for the card. Make sure you're actually getting the benefit. Number 4, The pre-check false sense of security. It's 7:10 a.m. at Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson. A traveler with TSA pre-check breezes through security in under 5 minutes. No shoes off, no laptop out. He smiles, grabs his coffee, and strolls toward the gate, feeling ahead of the game. But when he arrives, boarding is already halfway through. His group was called 5 minutes ago, and the gate agent is tagging his carry-on for mandatory check-in. Fee? $100. TSA pre-check is great for skipping long lines, but it won't save you from gate policies or boarding delays. Too many flyers assume that pre-check equals VIP treatment all the way through. It doesn't. The real problem? Complacency? Pre-check can make you feel like you have extra time. So you stop for a snack, check emails, or use the restroom thinking the gate will wait for you. But in today's rush-based boarding systems, minutes matter. Even with pre-check, if you're not at the gate on time, you're still last to board. And last often means no overhead bin space. Here's what smart travelers do. Use pre-check to save time, not waste it. Go straight to the gate first, then relax nearby. Keep an eye on gate change alerts and early boarding announcements. Don't assume your group number gives you any grace period. It doesn't. Pre-check is a tool, not a shield. Use it wisely, or it might cost you more than it saves. Number 5. Why paid seats aren't what they seem. It's 3:40 p.m. at LAX. A young man paid $59 extra for a window seat with extra legroom. He assumed this would mean early boarding, more comfort, and no stress. But as boarding begins, he notices something strange. Groups 2 through 5 are allowed in before him. By the time he gets to the aircraft door, the bins above his seat are already full. A flight attendant shrugs and tags his carry-on. It'll need to be checked. That'll be $100. Wait, didn't he pay for a better experience? Here's what airlines don't tell you. Paying for a better seat doesn't always mean earlier boarding. In fact, many of the extra legroom seats, like those in exit rows or towards the back, are in later boarding zones. You're technically upgraded, but operationally downgraded. Airlines separate the seat selection fee from the boarding priority fee. It's a clever unbundling tactic. You pay more, but you still board with the crowd, and that's when you risk losing bin access. Even worse, some passengers in free middle seats end up on the plane before you, with their bags safely stored. So what can you do? Before paying for a seat, check what boarding group it comes with. Look up the airline's boarding policy. It's often buried in fine print. If you're paying for comfort, consider adding early boarding, or pick a seat that boards earlier, even if it's technically worse. Don't pay for a perk that quietly costs you more in the end. Number 6, carry-on confiscation. Surprise fee. It's 8:05 a.m. at LaGuardia. A woman in Group 7 approaches the gate with a standard roller bag. Nothing oversized, nothing suspicious. She's calm, polite, and ready for her flight. But as she's scanned in, the gate agent suddenly stops her. "Ma'am, we're out of bin space. We'll need to check that bag." She nods, until the agent adds, "There's a $100 handling fee at the gate." Her face drops. What just happened? This is one of the sneakiest charges travelers face in 2025, the surprise gate check fee. Airlines claim it's due to operational limitations, but in truth, it's often triggered by late boarding groups or slightly soft-sided bags that look too big. Even if your bag fits the size checker perfectly, if you're in Group 6 or 7, you're at risk. And once they slap on that pink gate tag, it's almost impossible to reverse. Here's what makes it worse. Many travelers accept the fee silently, assuming they did something wrong, when in fact, their bag was compliant. The issue wasn't size, it was timing. Here's how to protect yourself. Take a photo of your bag in the airline size checker. It's proof. Stand near your gate early. Don't wait until the final call. Politely push back. Ask, "Can I try to find space in the rear bins?" Some agents will allow it. This isn't about confrontation, it's about confidence. Know the policy, hold your ground, and avoid paying $100 for a bag that should have flown for free. Number 7, the empty row trick airlines hate. It's 12:20 p.m. at Seattle-Tacoma. A solo traveler, quiet, observant, watches the boarding process unfold. Instead of rushing in with Group 4 like his boarding pass says, he holds back, carefully watching the seat map on the airline app. Just before Group 6 is called, he steps up and boards. He walks to his assigned row, then quickly spots a nearby empty row that no one has taken yet. He slides in, the doors close. The seat stays his. He just scored an entire row without paying anything. This tactic, known quietly among seasoned travelers, plays off a flaw in airline logistics. Last-minute no-shows, upgrades, and missed connections often create empty rows or orphan seats, but they only reveal themselves in the final minutes of boarding. Some airlines assign those seats in advance, others don't. If you board too early, you're locked into your seat. If you time it just right, you might have flexibility. Now here's the part they really don't want you to know. Flight attendants often allow quiet seat shifts after boarding, especially if the plane isn't full. But once airborne, it's too late to move. The trick is to board late but not last, ideally just after Group 5. Alright, watch the seat map in real time. Many airline apps update live. Be respectful and subtle. Ask before moving if a flight attendant is nearby. This doesn't save money directly, but it can feel like a free upgrade. And once you experience it, you'll never board the same way again. Airports are louder, faster, and more expensive than ever in 2025, and the tiniest mistake can quietly cost you $100 or more. But with a little awareness, timing, and strategy, you can stay ahead of the traps airlines don't advertise. From knowing when to board to understanding the fine print of your seat or credit card perks, these small decisions make a big difference. So next time you fly, ask yourself, am I boarding smarter or just paying more? What surprised you the most in this video? Let us know in the comments. And if you want to keep avoiding hidden airport mistakes, hit that subscribe button. We've got your back every time you fly.